fights in Fortnite, I'm going to be giving 23 fundamental fighting tips so you can dominate like a pro. So let's jump right into it, starting off with tip number 1. So tip number 1 is super simple, and it's literally just to always be ready with your shotgun now. This is something that seems really stupid, but it always catches people off guard. A lot of players always have their pickaxe out or their builds out, but never a shotgun, which loses them a lot of free easy damage. There's so many times where people just make wide open edits, and fighting with your shotgun out will allow you to be the first one to react and deal damage. Tip number 2 is learn how to set up to fight properly. This means always being behind cover and always having a piece between you and your opponent that you can reset for extra protection. I do have 2 videos which go way more in depth on this, but this position is super important because now you have a right hand peek and you have many options to play aggressively. Any good fighter in Fortnite is going to know how to use this position to their advantage, so I highly suggest that you guys go check out those videos after this one. Start using different peeks. Using the same 2 peeks over and over again really limits your playstyle. It also makes it much easier for your opponent to predict it. By applying a different peeks to different situations, you can become a much more safe and advanced fighter. There are so many peeks that players just don't take advantage of, and that's the reason why they're stuck in the same skill gap. So next time you get into a fight, try and use something that's not the same as this old right hand peek right here. Tip number 4 is to always keep pressure applied on your opponents. This tip is the reason why pros like Peterbot can dominate fights the way that they do. Applying pressure can be done with an AR or with a pickaxe. It's super important that when you're applying pressure, you at least have one piece of protection between you and your opponent that you can reset in case he makes an edit on you. Applying pressure usually means that you're in control of the fight, and that's what you want. A lot of the times you'll end up getting your opponent's wall, or you might even force them out of the box, leaving you with the free kill. If you want to be a good fighter, you have to know when to play passively and when to back off. For example, if you're on someone's wall and they make an edit on you and you get pumped for a stupid amount of damage, you have to be able to instantly reset this wall and know when to back off and try and make space for yourself to get heals off. A lot of people make the mistake of trying to keep on aggressing the opponent, but it often just leads to death. This clip is a great example because Peterbot gets hit for a stupid amount of damage and he instantly backs off, which leads me to my next point. Whenever you're trying to get away from your opponent to get heals off, it's super important that you're always building boxes. Building boxes is the best way to buy you time, and it can also confuse your opponent, making it a lot more difficult to fight you. Notice how many boxes Peterbot builds you. Start using piece control to finish off fights faster. If you learn different ways to use piece control, you can open up a lot of windows to finish fights fast. But a simple cone in someone's box can be the reason why you win a fight. Almost 90% of the time, you're going to want to make sure that you have a cone in your box. Especially if you're playing passively, you can avoid getting piece controlled, and you can flip this ramp for extra protection in case the opponent does get in your box. Having a cone under your feet does make it easier to do certain peeks, and you can also reach an extra wall distance and edit with the cone under you. By editing and resetting quickly, you can bait enemies to shoot at your wall, leaving you with a free shot on them. This is something that's really effective when fighting more advanced players. As an advanced player, being able to pre-fire consistently is a crucial skill. As soon as someone is about to break your wall, you can already have your shotgun out, shoot them, and then take the wall back instantly. If you time it right, you can do really good damage without being hit in return. Here's the map that I used to work on my pre-fires infinitely. Next time you go to swing on someone's wall, pulling out your pickaxe and your shotgun right away is a great way to baiting them to edit on you. You can also swing your axe once and then pull out your shotgun to make sure that they don't make an edit on you, thinking that you're going to double swing. Sometimes you'll even drop on their wall and they'll instantly make an edit on you just because they think you're going to pull your axe. This is just all about being patient and reading your enemy. If you're in an SMG battle with someone, crouching up and down makes it more difficult for your enemy to hit you. It can also reduce your bloom, which can increase your accuracy. Using window edits to piece control is super safe and effective. If you start learning to incorporate this into your gameplay, it leads to very easy and protected kills. When you're fighting, it's super important that you're always utilizing right hand peeks. This is something that players just don't do enough. Right hand peek is such a big advantage and it's really so simple to do. It literally makes it so you can see your enemy way before they see you, which allows you to get damage off before they can. So instead of trying to take a peek from the left side, next time you go to take an edit, try and make yourself in the optimal position to get a right hand peek. By using a ramp above your head, you can jump into your enemy's wall while swinging your pickaxe, which will phase you in and catch them off guard. This is super important to use when you're trying to play aggressive. You can also phase into a box if you jump and swing at the perfect time. This one's a little bit more useful since you don't have to have the ramp over your head. With the cone under your feet, you can take a wall, edit it, and piece control from 2 boxes away. This is something that's very useful, especially in box fights. When fighting, always be tracking your opponents through the builds to see what they're doing. A lot of the times, you'll actually be able to hear and see what they're going to do. If you hear them pull out their builds, then you know that they're probably just going to start building away. Or you might notice that they have their shotgun out and be trying to make an edit on you. So even if there's layers in between you guys, always be paying attention to what you're doing and be ready to counter, because it is free information. If you notice that your enemy's going to start editing out to a different side of the wall, you can start to pre-build boxes around them. This pre-piece control can easily catch them off guard and win you the fight. After a build is edited so many times, the wall will be weak and can be taken with one shotgun shell. So make sure to always be looking for this if you're trying to take someone's wall. And if you're going to make an edit on someone and shoot them and reset your wall, always make sure that you hold it for at least a second after. When you're going to make a peek, always make sure that you're behind the wall blueprint before you confirm the edit. There are way too many times where people are taking unnecessary damage because they're still running over to get behind the wall before they confirm edit. Being aware of this will make you a much more advanced fighter, and any good player is going to be cautious of this. It's crucial that you guys are mastering your mechanics. At a high level of gameplay, winning can come down to who is the better builder, better aimer, or the faster editor. If you want to be an efficient fighter, you need to be a mechanically strong player. If you guys are looking to improve your mechanics, I have plenty of videos on my channel that you guys can check out. And the last tip is probably the most simple, but also the most important. Watching pros is one of the best ways to get better at Fortnite. By watching players who are better than you, you can learn a lot about different fighting playstyles and gain lots of valuable knowledge. So that's it for the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.